What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? How everybody doing, man? It's a great day. It's a powerful day, and I pray that you've been using it. You've been allowing yourself to be greater than you've ever been. Oh, that's what's going on with you. So listen, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow it starts. Tomorrow we set it off. The Survival to Sovereign Summit. It is going to be such a powerful time. You know what I mean? If you haven't got your tickets already, make sure you go on to brianhippolyte.com. Make sure you go on to brianhippolyte.com and getting your access, reserving your free access. What's happening? What's happening? Everybody tapping in from YouTube, everybody on Twitch, TikTok, I see you. Atlas, what's going on, bro? IG, what's happening? How y'all doing? Where y'all at? Where y'all tapping in from? Listen, it's a great day. It is a great day. I'm super excited. Oh, let me tell you another reason why it's a great day. I got my book in my hand, my 11th book. It's a big moment for me. My 11th book. It's in my hands. Finally, Survival to Sovereign. And listen, this is the thickest. It's the biggest book I've written thus far. 257 pages. It's some healthy information in this book. Big shout out to everyone who participated in the pre-sale. I'm signing these books tonight, and I'm getting them on the way to you. I promise you. Thank you to everyone who participated in the pre-sale and got their copy. Listen, they on their way, and more books are on their way to me as well for those who are ordering now. But this is my 11th book, Survival to Sovereign. It's the reason why we're having this 3-day live interactive event starting tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's what I promised, but it's greater than what I even expected, and greater than even what I promised was going to be. I told everyone that was doing the pre-sale that, I'm going to teach a class on this book once the books get released. And as I started to prepare for that class, it easily turned into like 6 to 9 hours worth of material coming out of this book. So I was like, okay, so this gonna be a whole 3-day event. So tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Survival to Sovereign Summit kicks off. You should be in the room. You should definitely be in the room. It's absolutely free. All you gotta do is go to brianhippolyte.com, click the link in my bio, and register for it. And you're gonna get an email with a Zoom link for you to tap in tomorrow. So listen, the book, between the book, between the ebook, the audio book will be available in a couple days. I mean, in a couple weeks. But Survival to Sovereign Summit kicks off tomorrow. It's a 3-day live interactive experience, and I want you to come and get the greatness that's available to you. Because listen, greater shall you be, greater shall you do, and greater shall you have. If you know that and you believe that, go ahead, put a 1 in the chat for me. Let me know who's in here. Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have. Tomorrow, it's not something where I'm asking you to fix yourself. We're not even having that type of conversations. It's not motivation. It's not, this is how you could stop doing this. No, we're shifting mindsets. We are upgrading ourselves from the outdated programming that we have been handed or that we've been under. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. It's not about fixing you. It's about upgrading you. It's not about creating a different version of yourself. That's not what I'm offering. That's not what I'm promising. That's not what this is about. You know what the problem is anyway? Y'all really get high off of chasing this different version of yourself. Like, stop reintroducing yourself and become what you introduced already. Like, become the introduction. Stop reintroducing. This isn't about becoming someone new. This is about becoming who you already said you already were. And that's the best thing about it, because you are great. You are absolutely powerful, wonderful, divinely designed, and sent to this intersection of time and space for a divine reason and a divine purpose. And I enjoy getting to see you realize that in real time and start to do something about it. You know what I mean? Because that's what this is all about, is you starting to do something about it. And so there's a mindset, there's mentalities, there's different things that we've all learned to get through and go through life. And it's survival mode tactics, it's survival mode thinking, it's survival mode mindsets and reactions. And because we've been doing it so long, it seems so normal. It seems so normal to you. And so what we're doing tomorrow is helping you to identify the things that you are presently doing or thinking that keep you in a survival mode versus a sovereign mode, a state of reaction versus a state of self-governance, a state of creating your reality versus a state of deliberately creating your reality. You know, there's a lot of things that we do right now that's built from pain and built to help you get through pain, help you get through trauma, for you to just survive and get by. But that's not going to allow you to lead. That's not going to connect you to your purpose. You know, so what we're going to be talking about tomorrow is definitely more ways to have you rooted and growing and prospering. That's really what it's about. Listen, I love y'all to life. Thank you so much for everyone that's been supporting this book, Survival to Sovereign, 111 Keys of Divine Identity. This is my 11th book, and it's available at brianhippolyte.com. It's available on online retailers, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. It's $111 on like if you go to Amazon or something like that right now and look up this book, is $111. And there's going to be plenty of people that's going to buy it for the $111. But listen, you could just go to brianhippolyte.com and get it for the $29 that is available for at brianhippolyte.com and grow with this. Definitely grow with this. But make sure that you get your pass, your free access to tomorrow, to the summit that's starting tomorrow. This is not a motivational experience. This is a governance class. Okay. Survival helps you live, but it cannot help you lead. And if you try to build a future using survival tools, you will sabotage yourself without even knowing why. So these next 3 days, starting tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is all about authority. It's about internal authority, not performance, not positivity, not hustle. You did what I'm saying? That sound good to you? Understanding is not transformative. Regulation is transformative. Decision making, proper decision making is transformative. Being intentional with the way that you're moving your energy is transformative. And we're going to empower you over the next 3 days with so many ways to stay in alignment with the transformation that you want to see in your life. What I would love to do right now is share with you a little bit from the book. Would y'all like that? Can we do that? Can I read to you a little bit from the book? So check this out. Give me a number between 1 and 111. You give me a number between 1 and 111, put it in the chat, and I'm going to read the corresponding key to this for the book. And no matter what key you give me, I promise you, it's going to be something that you needed to hear today. It's going to be something that's going to empower you. What's going on? Shout out to Manifest University. Everybody from Manifest Mentorship, I see you. So yeah, give me a number between 1 and 111. And I'm going to read you a key, about it. But this is what we on, generational healing. Generational healing starts within. So I often hear a lot of people talking about the things that they want to see different in a family. And the way that you do that is you change yourself. You elevate yourself. You allow yourself to be different. You allow yourself to move differently and create a different example. How can people follow an example if one's not being given to them? So if you're the one that sees that something needs to be different, you're the one that need to pull up and start showing that different example. 111 keys of divine identity. This is for all those who have chosen to be generational curse breakers. Those who have chosen to be the one in their family that's not going to let things keep going and say, listen, it starts with me. It ends with me. There's some of us that walk around and we feel that way and we respect that calling on our lives. We have decided to stand up against generational curses and break them. And that's what I be here for. That's what I be writing these books for. That's who I be talking to. So those of y'all that are here, what's up? I love y'all. I love us. We the ones that so many prayed for. So many that came before us. They said one day there's gonna be somebody that's not gonna be to play with. Like, you're not gonna be able to get them to go along with this, and they're gonna disrupt. And so many of us are called to be disruptors. And y'all are my countrymen. Y'all are who I pledge my allegiance to. That's y'all are who I sent to this dimension to be of service to. So let's get it. There's so many things that was running in my family that stopped at my doorstep because I want going to allow it to have access to my children. And all that started with the things that was in me that I had to do different. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I love you back. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. This time tomorrow, I'm going to be in the Survival to Sovereign Summit. I'm hosting this class so I can read you and break down and teach you from the keys in this book. This is the most powerful document that I've created yet. And I want to read you some keys from it. Matter of fact, give me any number between 1 and 111. I'm going to read you the corresponding key. And it's definitely going to be something that's going to add value to you that you'll need to hear. Key number 4, I got you. Key number 4 is on the hidden contracts of childhood. And this is awesome. This is the first time I'm actually reading it out of the book physically because they just got in my hands yesterday. So I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. Before you had language, you had agreements. Before you had awareness, you had assignments. Before you had a voice, you had contracts written, not on paper, but on your nervous system. Every child learns the world through cause and consequence, and every consequence becomes a contract. If I do this, I'm safe. If I show this emotion, I'm rejected. If I do that, I'm punished. If I hide this part of me, I'm loved. If I stay small, I'm protected. If I stay quiet, nobody gets upset. If I carry the weight, the family won't fall apart. These agreements become the original programming of a child. And the hardest identities to break are the ones you never consciously chose. The formation of your first identity. Children don't understand logic. They understand patterns. So when you grow up around chaos or silence or criticism or abandonment or pressure or fear or instability or emotional unpredictability or comparison or neglect or hyper-independence or survival-driven adults, your nervous system made contracts to protect you. These contracts created your coping mechanisms, your people-pleasing, your emotional shutdowns, your performance identity, your perfectionism, your fear of failure, your fear of intimacy, your distrust of joy, your inability to rest, your impulse to save everyone, your need to disappear, your need to dominate, your need to avoid being a problem. These weren't personality traits. They were your original terms of survival. Every child makes hidden vows. I don't need anything. I'll be the strong one. I'll earn love through achievement. I'll stay invisible to stay safe. I'll fix everything so we don't fall apart. I won't be like them. I won't trust anyone. I won't feel anything. I won't rely on anyone but myself. These are all vows that we make to ourselves as children when we come from environments that have not been the best. And these vows become unconscious contracts that shape your relationships, your ambition, your emotional range, your attachments, your triggers, your dreams, your fears, your identities. You became who you needed to be to survive, not who you were designed to be to reign. The problem with survival contracts is survival contracts keep you alive, but they will also keep you small. They restrict your joy, your intimacy, your authenticity, your creativity, your vulnerability, your leadership, and your sovereignty. A child's contracts become an adult's prison. And most of our people never notice the door is unlocked. Sovereignty isn't just self-mastery. It is contract termination. You must consciously revoke the agreements you made unconsciously. A sovereign life cannot run on the rules of a wounded child. When you challenge these contracts, your identity shifts. I no longer need to perform to be loved. I am safe being seen. I can rest without guilt. I can ask for help without losing power. I can trust without abandoning myself. I can receive without proving my worth. Break these contracts. Breaking these contracts frees the sovereign self to emerge. Yeah. Yeah, that was key. That was key number 4. That was key number 4 from Survival to Sovereign, 111 keys of divine identity. Who needed to hear that? Who needed to hear that? That was definitely Love Loyalty 25. Bless you. I appreciate you. That's a divine number. That's a divine number. That's what we're doing. And I'm gonna I go even deeper tomorrow with the conversations that we're gonna have around that subject matter. Like, I expand on that. There's slides that explain different things, that connect different things. Like, all of this we take to a whole nother level tomorrow at the Survival to Sovereign Summit, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on Zoom. So no matter where you at, listen, no matter where you at, all you got to do, you ain't even got to get to no particular venue, no matter what city, state, or country that you in. All you got to do is click a link and you're going to be there, and we're going to be elevating. So if you want to get that access, it's absolutely free. And you just go to brianhippolyte.com and register and get your access, and you'll get an email that's going to give you that Zoom access. Make sure that you're in the building, and tell somebody else about it as well. If you know somebody that really need to get to their next level, that whether it's the old versions of them that's standing in the way, we have these different versions of us, and sometimes you might know somebody, or it might even be you, that's caught up in the many versions of themselves, the layers of themselves. There's the buried, the stretched, the suppressed, the projected, the protected, the rehearsed. We have all lived as the child who needed love, as the survivor who needed safety, as the performer who needed acceptance, as the warrior who needed control, as the healer who needed purpose, as the dreamer who needed freedom, as a sovereign who needs nothing but truth. Each version believes that it's the real you. However, your identity isn't singular. Your identity is dimensional. And you are who you were, who you became, and who you will be all at once. The thing is, when life breaks you early, and what I mean by break you, what I mean takes away your innocence or traumatizes you. When that happens early, you learn to adapt early. So survival creates a version of you that knows how to read danger, how to anticipate disappointment, how to carry the weight, how to hide the truth, how to make other people feel comfortable. That version of you that lowers your needs and your standards to accommodate other people. The version of you that apologizes all the goddamn time. The version of you that smiles through pain. Like, that version is intelligent. It's strategic. It's resourceful. But you know what it also is? It's also exhausted. It's also exhausted. Yeah. And you want to know how I know that? Because it wasn't built for greatness. It was built for protection. It wasn't built to see you great. It wasn't built to even be around for so many seasons. It was built for protection. As a protection resource. That's not what you got to use right now. So you built a life, and this is the problem that we're running into, especially those of us in our 30s, mid to late 30s, and definitely those of us are in our 40s. Where there's a lot of people waking up right now and realizing that you built a life around a version of you that was only built for survival, and now you're waking up, you're arising, you're elevating, your frequencies elevating, your mindset's elevating. You have a different plane of understanding. And now the way that you've structured your life does not match. It's actually suffocating you because that was all built off of survival mode mindsets and understandings. And now that you're growing, that version of you does not fit. Right? You know what I'm talking about, right? I know you feel it. There's that performer self, the version that others expected, the version that shaped you by approval, by applause, by expectations, by leadership roles, by trauma responsibilities, by family pressures, by work identities, by image management. That self isn't real, and we all know that. That's curated. That's a mask with muscle memory. That persona learned to produce results even while wounded. This self gets praise, but praise is not the same as purpose. And when you confuse performance with identity, you'll succeed publicly, but then suffer privately. And you've seen way too many people. You've seen way too many people with all the things that you think that you would want in their possession, and they're not happy. It's not enough. Life ain't even good enough. You've seen way too many people take their own life who had all the money and had all the fame, who had all of the things. And it didn't matter. It wasn't enough. Because that's just a piece of them. Listen, in 2026, let's stop dealing with yourself in pieces. Let's stop dealing with yourself in pieces. Let's start being intentional to deal with your wholeness, deal with you in wholeness. I know we've come from fragmented situations, broken everything, broken systems, broken homes, broken communities, broken schools, broken relationships, broken language, broken history. Bro, I understand. I understand. I'm there with you. But listen, let's be intentional to approach this year and every year moving forward as we're talking about our life and our legacy from a place of wholeness. It's going to change the trajectory. It's going to change the vibration. It's going to change the feeling and behind how you doing whatever it is that you're doing. Stop dealing yourself out in slices as well, in pieces as well. If someone can't, at this stage in the game, if they can't accept and compliment all of you. Don't give them a piece of you. You did what I'm saying? Stop dealing yourself out in pieces just because people can't deal with all of you or handle all of you. Find your people, find your tribe, find those who are in line with you. And then love your shadow self. And what I mean when I say that is like the unexamined parts of you, your suppressed desires, your unfelt emotions, those unexplored gifts, those buried truths, your forgotten dreams, the version of you that you was told not to be. Some of y'all used to dream and you don't even dream no more. At some point in time, the world told you there was no room for your dreams and no space for your dreams. And you stopped and you believe that shit and you stopped dreaming. Your dreams are powerful. Your dreams are gold. You better go back to dreaming. You better go back to getting them visions and seeing those things through. You're supposed to be taking things out of your mind and put them into your hands. What you been doing with your days, child? You were sent to this dimension to dream things and then create them. You are a manifester. You're a child of an infinite creator made in a creator's likeness. What you think you supposed to do? Motherfucking create? What you think? What you think? You are a creator. And you living a life allowing all these days to go by where you not creating. You consuming like a motherfucker though. Oh yeah, oh you consuming. And the times where you supposed to be creating, you busy consuming. You consuming everyone else's creations. You ain't even got time to create. You don't even got the mental space to create. You don't even got the habits to create. All your habits is based around consumption. You out of line, you out of pocket. That's not you. That's the programming. It's time to let go of this programming. It's time to get on your own programming. We want all these distractions. We so excited about all the things that we could be distracted about right now. And it's something new every week. We want to talk about the Trump. We want to talk about the Epstein files. We want to talk about we want to talk about the Grammys. We're going like every week there's something new to trauma for y'all to trauma bond over. But you ain't not paying attention to none of the things that shape or shift your life or your children's life or your grandchildren's life or your legacy. You're so committed to being distracted. And you know what that is? Survival mode programming. Survival mode is not who you are, it is a state that your nervous system entered when safety was inconsistent, unpredictable, or conditional. When survival begins, it's adaptive. It increases responsiveness, it sharpens awareness, it trains you to anticipate before danger arrives. But survival was designed for moments, not for decades. Not for decades, fam. When the nervous system never receives a signal that danger has passed, the survival mode does not leave, it settles. And when it settles, something subtle happens. You stop saying I'm in survival and you start saying this is just how I am. And this is where identity confusion comes into place. I'm trying to tell you, listen, greater shall you be, greater shall you do, Greater shall you have, but you got to know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? What does that look like for you and for yours? And what are you going to do to create that reality? That's when I wrote that song. Like that's what I shout out to Manifest University, the mighty MU, my online community, and everyone that's in Manifest Mentorship. It's an honor to do life with y'all and to lead and guide y'all and to see y'all become greater versions of yourselves. But like one day we was just having a conversation, and really that song came from just a conversation of understanding like greater. All you got to do is just be focused on the greater. You could keep worrying about all these other things that don't matter because most of them don't happen anyway. Half of these things you worried about never happen anyway. Meanwhile, you were pulling your power, your focus, your energy, your vibration, and you were draining yourself worrying about something negative that didn't happen when you could have been focused on the positive thing that you wanted to happen. And what you got to do is be committed to knowing that greater shall you be, greater shall you do, and greater shall you have. Listen, you couldn't talk me out of believing that every situation is for my betterment. You can't talk me out of believing that even if it show up in some way that I didn't plan for and it feel uncomfortable or look, whatever, it wasn't expected. I still know that this is going to lead me to something great, something wonderful, something better. Because that's just that's the contract that I'm on. Greater shall I be, greater shall I do, and greater shall I have. And it's not that these things just be happening. Oh, it's easy for you to believe that, Brian, because it's happening to you. No, it's happening because I believe it. It's happening because I believe it. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Life reflects the things that you believe. And at this point, yeah, you couldn't pay me or talk me out of seeing this because I've seen it so much. And I've seen it for myself. And I've seen it in what happens in the life of other people when they catch on. And when the shift happens within them, and then the shift happens outside and in the surrounding areas. Yeah. Let me say this clearly. Survival is a state, not a personality. Because this is where many capable people get stuck. Survival mode does not make you weak. Survival mode makes you functional. Highly functional people often live in the deepest survival states because their adaptation or their adaptation was rewarded. Survival mode made some people reliable, made them competent. They became the one who handled things. And no one ever told their nervous system, you don't have to carry this anymore. So survival became invisible, not because it's gone, but because it's normalized. Now, this is why capable people still live reactively, not because they lack discipline or because they lack intelligence, but because regulation was never taught as a form of authority. And that's what you need in your life. You need that regulation. It's time to break the survival personas, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Breaking the survival personas. Because for many of us, it's the most convincing lie you've ever told yourself. Most convincing lie you've ever lived, because it's the version that kept you safe, kept you accepted, kept you predictable, kept you functioning, kept you alive. But it kept you fragmented, which means it can never keep you whole. And this persona is often confused with your identity, but it's just your armor. And the armor that once protected you is now suffocating the sovereign version of you within that wants to emerge. Every survival persona begins with a wound. So it was maybe a moment that you was ignored, or a moment that you were shamed, a moment where you felt unsafe, a moment where you compared, a moment where the world required a different version of you, a moment you were abandoned, maybe a moment love became conditional. So you built a version of you that could endure it, not thrive, endure. Now, what did you do? You created the always strong one, right? The unbothered one, the I'm always available one, or the hyper independent one. You definitely created the pleaser, the overachiever, the perfectionist, the invisible one, the peacemaker, the performer, the controller, the one who doesn't need anything, the caretaker, the loner. Did I leave anything out? But these aren't your identities. These are your defense mechanisms with personalities. A wise man once told me that the best math that you could ever learn is the future cost or payout of a present decision. I often ask my mentees to assess the future cost or payout of certain decisions that we discuss, and I want to do that with you right now. Like, I would love for you to imagine the cost or payout, if you could find one, of living as a survivor. Survival, like the future cost of you staying the same, of you not changing. Where would you be in 6 months, or in 18 months, or in 3 years? Where would you be in 5 years if you stayed the same? If you didn't advance yourself, if you didn't upgrade yourself, you probably won't make it till spring before you have to upgrade your phone. When was the last time you upgraded your mind? When was the last time you upgraded um your spiritual practices and beliefs? Where was the last time that you upgraded the version of yourself that you walking around with every day? Survival is expensive. There's so many things around you that that confirm it. We ain't even got to get into it. Like, I know survival mode is expensive. Things are even more expensive in the areas where everyone is in survival mode, right? It costs more to live in survival mode than it costs to be out of it most of the time. So when you live through a survival persona, it's costly. Joy feels foreign. Peace feels suspicious. I know someone right now that want to rest, but rest feels irresponsible because they feel like they need to do something, and they need to do this, and they need to do that. And I can't lay down until I do this. And you make yourself earn rest every night. Who's that? That person out that love feels dangerous. They want it, but it feels so dangerous. Intimacy feels overwhelming. Receiving feels underdeserved. Vulnerability feels impossible. Someone asks you about your feelings and you don't even know how to put these things into words all of a sudden. Stillness feels threatening. Got your track shoes on right now, don't you? You want to be success, but success feels unsteady. You want to feel success, you want to be successful, but success feels unsteady. Because what I'm going to do, how I'm going to manage it. The truth is, you don't live life, you manage it. You don't express yourself, you edit yourself. It's time for you to start editing yourself. You don't connect in the spaces that you're meant to connect. You're too busy protecting yourself. You don't reveal the things that you need to reveal about yourself because you're too busy performing. The survival persona believes I'm only safe when I'm not fully myself. But listen, that belief is a prison. And here's the truth. Your survival persona was never meant to guide you to your destiny. It was only meant to guard your childhood. It is outdated software still running your life. You outgrew the wound, but you continued the personality. Sovereignty begins the moment that you realize the version of me that kept me alive cannot be the version that leads me forward. The survival persona isn't wrong, it's just expired. We're going to talk about breaking these chains of the survival personas tomorrow as well. It won't be here on TikTok or IG or YouTube or Twitch. Is going to be on a Zoom call. I would love for you to be there. It's absolutely free. All you gotta do is go to brianhippolyte.com and register. You'll get an email with the link. It's going to be a powerful time. The Survival to Sovereign Summit, 3 days. 3 days of power. Teaching out of my 11th book, 111 Keys of Divine Identity. Give me a number between 1 and 111 so I could read you a corresponding key from this powerful book. You definitely want to get it in your hands. It's at brianhippolyte.com. And I just got them in my hands, so I can't wait to send it out to you. If you want an autographed version, you could get that as well. Let's get it to it. Let's get to it. Key 104. Living above the trigger. I like this one. I like this one. Triggers are not enemies. They are indicators. A trigger reveals where an unresolved pattern still lives in the nervous system. It points to a place where past experience, where past experience is still being mistaken for present reality. Most people live inside their triggers, reacting as if the moment is happening again. Living above the trigger means recognizing it without being governed by it. Triggers are stored memory, not current threat. They are the nervous system recalling something that once required protection. The body responds before the mind has time to calculate. This response is conditioning, and conditioning can be updated. Suppressing triggers reinforces them. When emotion is pushed down or ignored, the nervous system learns that expression is unsafe. This increases intensity over time. Suppression turns signals into landmines. Presence dissolves what suppression preserves. Living above the trigger does not mean denying emotion. It means allowing sensation to move through your body without collapsing into reaction. You feel the wave without becoming the wave. This requires regulation and patience. Above does not mean detached. It means oriented. Between trigger and response, a moment exists. This moment is where sovereignty lives. You notice the impulse to react and choose not to obey it. You breathe. You allow the nervous system to settle before action. This moment grows with practice. When triggers are met with awareness rather than reaction, they lose charge. The nervous system updates its understanding of safety. What once felt urgent becomes informational. Over time, the trigger dissolves because it is no longer needed. Integration ends reactivity. Living above the trigger makes you unavailable to manipulation. You no longer react on command. Others cannot access your nervous system at will. This creates emotional sovereignty. You do not eliminate triggers by fighting them. You outgrow them by refusing to live inside them. Yeah, that's key 104. Living above your triggers. Drop a 1 in the chat if you needed to hear that. Hey, tell me this. Y'all got y'all tickets? You already got your access to the Survival to Sovereign Summit? Because listen, it's going to be a great time. I can't wait to see you there. I can't wait to see you there. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Bring somebody with you. I got so much greatness to give you. Key number 33, the legacy lens. Ooh, this is a good one, AK. This is a good one right here. How you look at life determines what you leave behind. The legacy lens changes how everything is evaluated. When you view life only through the immediacy of how something feels now, benefits you now, or costs you now, your decisions become short-sighted. Relief is prioritized over consequence. Comfort over continuity. Reaction over responsibility. The legacy lens widens the frame. It asks not only, how does this affect me, but also, what does this shape over time? Most decisions are made from a narrow vantage point. They consider mood, convenience, pressure, or desire, but ignore trajectory. They solve for the moment while creating problems for the future. You know somebody like that? I know somebody like that. I know somebody that need this right here, right now, in their life. Solving for the moment, but creating problems for the future. They optimize comfort while eroding stability. This is a limited perspective. Without the legacy lens, life becomes reactive by default. The legacy lens reveals patterns. You begin to see how habits compound, how choices echo, and how behavior teaches more than words. You notice what was being modeled, reinforced, normalized, and passed on, whether intentionally or not. Legacy is always being formed, even when you're not thinking about it. The legacy lens positions you as a reference point, not in ego, but in responsibility. Your actions become instruction. Your consistency becomes an example. Your integrity becomes infrastructure for others to stand on. You stop asking, what do I feel like doing? And begin asking, what does this build? This question changes behavior quietly, but permanently. Legacy isn't how you're remembered. Legacy is what continues because you lived. It lives in systems you helped stabilize, people you helped mature, and patterns you interrupted or strengthened. It exists whether your name is attached to it or not. Legacy is structural, not sentimental. The legacy lens carries weight, but it also brings freedom. It frees you from impulsive living. It reduces internal debate. It simplifies decisions. When actions are evaluated through continuity instead of emotion, clarity increases. You stop negotiating with short-term desires and start honoring long-term truth. This legacy lens marks a shift. You move from self-management to stewardship, from personal clarity to generational impact, from inner work to outer consequence. This isn't pressure. This is expansion. You are no longer living only for yourself. When you adapt the legacy lens, life stops only asking, who are you? And begins asking, what are you leaving behind? That's key number 33, the legacy lens. It's a powerful one. Yeah, they don't miss. I promise you. I promise you. They do not miss. Survival to Sovereign, 111 Keys of Divine Identity. Is this adding value to your life tonight? Let me know. Put it in the chat for me. I want to see you in the building tomorrow for the Survival to Sovereign Summit. It started as just a master class and now it's turned into a 3-day event. Over 100 people have registered for it. It's absolutely free. It's my gift to you, especially those who know they are called to break generational curses and create generational wealth, especially for you. So please be there. Go to brianhippolyte.com and register. You'll get an email with the Zoom information so that you could be present. Key number 55. I seen that was called out earlier. Key number 55. The body as the temple is this key. The body isn't secondary to sovereignty. It is where sovereignty is lived. You can hold insight, vision, and intention in the mind, but if the body is deregulated, depleted, or neglected, authority collapses under pressure. The body is an interface through which power moves. When it is ignored, power becomes theoretical. There is no sustained sovereignty without embodiment. The body remembers what the mind forgets. It stores stress patterns, emotional residue, unresolved experiences, and adaptive strategies long after conscious awareness has moved on. This is why you can know better and still react the same way. The body has learned a different truth. The body does not respond to ideas, it responds to experience. Until the body is included, healing remains incomplete. Many neglect the body when claiming their higher purpose. They override rest, they ignore signals, they dismiss fatigue, they treat the body as something to push through rather than something to listen to. This is often praised as discipline, ambition, or sacrifice, but sovereignty built on neglect is unstable. Disrespecting the body fractures authority at its foundation. Calling the body a temple isn't metaphorical. A temple is maintained, is honored, is kept in order. It isn't abused or ignored or used without care. Stewardship of the body means paying attention to nourishment, movement, rest, rhythm, and regulation. Not for appearance, but for capacity. A regulated body holds more power without strain. The body is always voting. It signals when something is aligned or misaligned, long before the mind rationalizes it, tightens, exhausts, or collapses. Are not inconveniences, they are information. When the body is ignored, decision making becomes distorted. When it is honored, clarity sharpens. The body keeps the ledger of truth. Embodiment turns knowledge into action. It is the difference between understanding boundaries and holding them, between knowing your values and living them, and between insight and integration. A person who is embodied does not announce authority. It is felt in their presence, pacing, and steadiness. This is power that lives in the nervous system, not the ego. When the body is treated as a temple, everything reorganizes. Energy stabilizes. Recovery deepens. Intuition becomes clearer. Power no longer leaks through exhaustion or reactivity. You move with fewer internal negotiations because the system is coherent. Sovereignty becomes sustainable. You cannot rule a life while neglecting the body that carries it. Listen, that's the end of chapter 2 in this book, Survival to Sovereign. That was key number 55. That's the end of chapter 2. So at the end of each chapter, there are some reflective questions for you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Quinn. There's some reflective questions for you. There's some journal prompts. There's some action items to use with your clarity. This is a powerful document right here. You definitely want to get your hands on it. So I'm going to ask you one of these questions. I want you to ask yourself, do my habits support the life I say I want? Do my habits support the life that I say I want? You got quiet. All right, we'll move on. I felt it. I felt it. Listen, all the hearts on every platform stop. What about this one? Where am I leaking energy unconsciously? Where am I leaking energy unconsciously? Yeah. Yeah, this is a powerful chapter. This is a powerful book, and I'm honored to share with you, to give it to you, and to put it in your hands. Definitely go to brianhippolyte.com so you can order your copy of the Survival to Sovereign book or ebook. The audio book will be out in a couple weeks. What they got going on? There we go. Yeah, that's what it's about. Greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, greatest shall you have. And this is exactly how you do it. You um, become aware of the things that are stopping you, that are holding you down, that are slowing you down, that are weighing you down. And you start making more intentional, more aligned decisions. That's all this is. That's what it's about. And even registering for the summit, that's an intentional and aligned decision. That's going to take you closer to where you want to be. So shout out to each and every one of you that's already done that, that's already reserved your spot. If you've already done it, you probably got you not probably you should have an email or two from me already. Emails went out today with the access. And if you pay for the VIP or platinum experience, then definitely you got an email with your links and all that extra great stuff that you signed up for. So this is what it's about, man. One key at a time, you're gonna become a greater version of yourself. You're gonna change not just for yourself, but for everyone else around you. And I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the ones that is going to get out of um, living a life through trauma responses. All those who get out of that fight or flight mode, that fear of collapse. Like in my mentorship program, there's a woman that we just really seeing her get to the other side of this fear of collapse, of that she has to do everything, and the reason why she feel like she have to do everything because she really believes that everything will fall apart if she don't do it. And so she's picking up weight that's not hers to pick up. She's holding on to things that's not hers to hold on to, or she was. And we're really starting to see such a shift happening in her life as she's removed herself from this fear of collapse and allowed herself to see that no, things are going to stay in whatever condition that they're going to stay in, whether they're going to get better, whether they're going to whatever. Like, nah, this stuff not going, like, this ship's not going to sink. This not even your ship to steer. And I love to see that. I love to see when we get out of this false urgency that trauma made us take on. And you start to honor your mind and your body's need to rest. You start to honor your purpose, and you have more space in your life for the things that are divinely designed to be in it, when you haven't filled it with things that trauma got you holding on to. Urgency often feels productive when we're operating from our trauma responses. It creates motion, it sharpens focus, it convinces you that you are on it. But urgency rarely comes from clarity. It usually comes from pressure stored in the nervous system. Urgency is the nervous system reacting to the perceived threat. So when urgency takes over, everything feels immediate. Urgency develops when waiting once carried consequences. There was a time when delay meant loss or punishment or abandonment or danger. So acting quickly reduced harm or a chance of it. Moving fast became a form of protection, and the nervous system learned that speed equals safety. So over time, safety hardened into this pattern. And even when life slowed down and life stabilized, that eternal clock never slowed down, did it? I know it didn't. Because urgency collapses perspective. It shortens timelines. It exaggerates the stakes. It narrows the options. Urgency frames decisions as an all or nothing and creates an illusion that action must happen immediately before understanding. I want you to never allow yourself to move into action without understanding. That's not sovereignty. And you're a sovereign being. You just got to learn. You just got to remember how to be who you are. Some of you, I'm here to wake up the God in you. You talking, you listening to the God in me, speaking to the God in you, and that's why you feel it in your spirit, the way that you feel it in your spirit. And you sitting there and you listening to this, and you like, man, I haven't felt like this since that time that I went to church. Yeah, because this is a spiritual moment that we having right now. And the God in you is ready and willing to move about this dimension the way that it was designed to. But as long as it's a slave to the man in you, it doesn't have the ability to do so. So I'm here to awaken that giant spirit within you and show you how to integrate it. We're not living in survival mode. We're not living under false urgency. False urgency often leads to rushed choices, premature commitments, and reactive communication and overcorrection. It leads to burnout. Urgency moves faster than determined. We can't be making no choices off of urgency. Urgency carries its emotional charges that make it feel important. It creates this intensity, and intensity can be mistaken for truth, but urgency isn't wisdom. It's activation. It's reactive behavior. Urgency speaks loudly, but because it's afraid of stillness. But stillness is what brings clarity. The same way that you can't see to the bottom of a pot of water when it's boiling, you can't see through your mind clearly when there's all this urgency going on and there's all this stress and you feel like everything has to happen right now. Your mind's not clear. When urgency is interrupted, something else becomes visible, which is a choice. The body begins to regulate, the mind regains range, options reappear. What felt critical becomes contextual. This isn't avoidance, it is accuracy. Life does not require constant acceleration to move forward. Yeah. And it's cool, take your time because sovereignty isn't rushed. It does not panic, it pauses. It knows that delay does not equal danger and that rest does not mean collapse. It trusts responsiveness over speed. Urgency dissolves as safety becomes internal. Because urgency is a trauma response. Clarity doesn't rush. We're going to get you out of survival mode one way or another. You pulling up tomorrow for the live? You are not for the live, for the summit. You pulling up tomorrow for the summit? That's right, Aubrey. That's right. It's going to be a powerful time. I'm telling you. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about getting you some more peace in your life. Because it's there, it's available to you. You just don't allow yourself to access it. It's crazy how so many people have this well And that's what your peace is. Just like your joy, it's a well, it's a spring, it's a natural resource of your existence, the same way that there's springs that naturally release water on this planet. And there's wells of water of where this water is just naturally coming out of this planet. That's what your peace is. That's what your joy is. But you've allowed yourself to not have access to it. Not the way that you should, not the way that you are meant to. Peace is often mistaken for passivity. It's often confused with withdrawal, with avoidance, or a lack of ambition. Loudness is mistaken for strength. Busyness for importance. Tension for productivity. In this framing, peace appears soft and secondary or optional. But peace isn't the absence of power. It is the power that no longer needs to prove itself. Peace is power consolidated. Consolidated power does not rush. It is grounded, settled, and present. There's no internal scrambling, no constant recalibration, no need to assert or defend. Energy is no longer scattered across reaction, anticipation, self-protection. Peace signals that power has returned home. The nervous system is no longer leaking energy outward. See, there's a lot of people who learn to equate tension with readiness. Holding stress felt necessary to stay alert and capable and in control. Relaxation felt unsafe. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Knows exactly what I'm talking about. Stillness felt irresponsible. And over time, tension became normalized and even praised. But tension isn't strength. It is effort without integration. Power that requires tension isn't consolidated, it's fragmented. Peace isn't the absence of problems. It is a power that has been integrated in the midst of problems. The word peace even derives from the Hebrew word shalom. I have it tatted on my foot in Hebrew that I will always remember and be reminded to walk in peace. But the word shalom, SHALOM, shalom. When literally translated from Hebrew, the word shalom means a place of nothing missing and nothing broken. Peace is you being in a place of understanding that nothing is missing and nothing is broken. Anything that you would say is broken. It's not meant to be whole at this moment, at this time, at this season, at this whatever. It's not meant to be together. Anything that you would judge to be broken is not meant to be whatever you would deem to be together. Anything that you would deem to be missing, it's not meant to be present. And you accept that nothing is missing and nothing is broken. You will have peace. You will have peace. You'll have joy. You'll have clarity. Peace isn't the absence of problems. Peace is the power that is integrated within you in the midst of your problems. Peace is what you have because nothing is missing and nothing is broken. Nothing is needed. Your life is going to grow expeditiously when you find yourself in a place where you understand that nothing is missing, nothing is broken, and nothing is needed. This is your task to eliminate the urgency. I want you to shift your from understanding to responsibility. From this moment forward, I want you to stop asking what needs to be done and start asking what feels urgent and why. Urgency is not neutral, it's information. So use this information. Where urgency governs, authority is absent. I'm going to say that again. Where urgency governs, authority is absent. Your task is not to eliminate your urgency. Your task is to pause without collapsing. Pausing is not avoidance. Pausing is command of timing. And if you cannot pause, you are not choosing. You're reacting. You see the difference? We're talking about resetting your nervous system where you're not always in this place of anticipating impact. Anticipation braces. Anticipation is born from pain. It lives in the nervous system as vigilance. It leans forward into imagined outcomes. It always asks, what if this goes wrong? It's anticipation, and that's a stressful way of living. And we're going to get you out of that. And I keep saying, when I say we, I'm referring to me, myself, and I don't know who these other people are, but me, myself, and I are going to be present tomorrow for the Survival to Sovereign Summit. And we're going to provide you with the tools and the resources and information that you need to stop living this way, because the opposite of that is go from anticipation, where you're always bracing, to alignment, to intention, where you're aligning. So we're going to go from anticipation to intention, go from bracing to aligning. And alignment is rooted in clarity, not rush. Aligning is concentrating energy into the present. Alignment asks, what is true for me regardless? See, listen, every time someone comes to me with a what if, I got an even if for your ass. What if this goes wrong? Even if that happens, I'm going to be just fine. Even if that happens, it's going to lead me to something greater. Even if that happens, then I'm going to do this. This is how I'm about to post and pivot. It don't even matter if that happens. What you mean? What if that happens? Like, for every what if, I got an even if. I'm walking with intention. I'm walking in alignment. I'm walking in abundance. People are so that you're walking from ego, so you need whatever you thought was going to happen. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. I prefer for my plans to go from my plans to divine plans to God's plans, and that normally means that it's going out of my hands and it's going to be something greater than I imagined to begin with. Imagine me wanting something to be greater than what I imagined, but I'm trying to make it stick to my plan. That's stupid. But there's a lot of people going through life like that. And I ain't trying to call you stupid. I'm just saying you got the wrong program. I mean, you got the wrong program, and that's all. So we're going to talk about how to get your body out of this anticipation of problems that it ain't never seen and ain't never experienced, and get it moving in alignment of the greatness. Stop living ahead of your life. Anticipation scatters your energy. Intention concentrates it. And if there's something that you need to manifest and need to bring into this dimension, you need to be concentrating your energy and using it at a high level. And you can't do that if you're constantly spreading it, because you're always anticipating something to happen next. What they say, waiting for the shoe to drop. I know someone right now won't rest and won't calm down, won't even allow themselves to get comfortable because they waiting for something to go wrong. Slow down. Let's do this right here, right now. Do me a favor, sit still. Feet on the ground. Bring your attention out of your thoughts and into your body for a moment. Ask yourself gently, what feels urgent right now? Do not solve it. Do not analyze it. Just notice where it lives. Is it your chest, your jaw, your gut, your shoulders? Just take a moment and breathe into that area. You are teaching your nervous system something critical right now. Sensation does not equal command. So you can feel it, but you don't got to react to it. You don't got to respond to it. It's time to retrain your nervous system and your mind. Yeah, it's going to be a powerful time tomorrow. I pray that you got your access. And if you haven't, go to brianhippolyte.com right now. Click the link in my bio and register for the Survival to Sovereign Summit. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We getting it in. We're gonna take it to another level. Y'all ready? Again, this is not about fixing you. Nothing I've been talking about is about fixing you. We didn't fix urgency. We're not even eliminating survival mode. We simply made it visible. And once something becomes visible, it loses its power to run you unconsciously. And that's what this is all about. That's exactly what this is all about. Get your copy of Survival to Sovereigns at brianhippolyte.com. You grab it at brianhippolyte.com. If you look at to the online retailers like Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Nobles, all that great stuff, this book is $111, $1 for each one of the keys that's in this book, and it's well worth it. But you could definitely go to brianhippolyte.com and get it at a much more discounted rate. You could definitely go to brianhippolyte.com and get it for $33. It's going to change your life and the way that you live in it, as well as the legacy that you are leaving behind. So, yeah. Thank you for all the love and all the support. Thank you to everyone that's been playing my music. Thank you to everyone that's been posting and reposting and liking and commenting and sharing it across all these platforms. Thank you so much. It's really been a blessing to be able to create the words that heal my soul, and then sharing with y'all, and they heal yours too. Like, you don't even understand what it does for me. So I'm humbled to be here and to share this space with you. Thank you so much for pulling up, for watching this live, whether you're watching it on TikTok or IG, or who else in here? YouTube, Twitch. What's good? What's good? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? There's so many people pulled up. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Who y'all repping? Shout out Manifest University, man. Yeah, the mighty MU. I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. It's an honor being your mentor. Shout out to everybody that's in my camp. That's in my mentorship program. Yeah. Texas in the building. Okay. Man, listen, Instagram and TikTok make Texas look like a fun place to pull up to. It looked like a vibe. I mean, where was I at? I was in Houston about a week ago. I was in the airport. I'll say that. I was in the airport about a week ago. But yeah, Philly in the building. Okay. Tampa, Florida all day, every day. Big shout out to my hometown, Tampa, Florida. What's up, Phoenix, Arizona? Thank you for all the love y'all been showing me since I've been out here. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, me and my family, we moving to Malaysia in about 70 days, a little less than 70 days now. We moving to Malaysia in April. So we getting ready for that. Me and my daughters, we about to go have an amazing time on the other side of the world. And I'm gonna take y'all with me. Y'all want to go? Y'all want to go? We're gonna be in Malaysia. We're gonna be in Thailand. We're gonna be in the Philippines. Um, yeah, Southeast Asia is the vibe. So we're gonna go out there for a little bit. I'm looking forward to tomorrow though. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Um, and so I'm going to go and get myself. Come on, Aubrey, let's go. I'm going to get my. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go relax because I've been working. I've been working pretty diligently on creating everything for tomorrow, making sure that everything is in place. So I'm gonna go relax with the kids, man. I'm gonna go kick it back with my fam, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I might jump on a little bit later and stream. We'll see, but definitely gonna see y'all tomorrow. And greatest how you be, greatest how you do, greatest how you have. Thank you for tapping in with me. And go to brianhippolyte.com. Secure your spot, secure your space. Survival the Sovereign. The interactive experience pops off tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So if I don't catch you later tonight, I'm gonna catch you tomorrow. Till then, be great, be powerful, be God's. Keep elevating. I'm gonna see you at brianhippolyte.com. All right.